Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
Suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, à la folie. Oh,
bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Oh my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, à la folie. Oh,
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Oh my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, à la folie. Oh,
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Oh my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, à la folie. Oh,
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Oh my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit all eyes on me.
This is America. Don't get you. Call me on my cell phone. Now they always say congratulations.
suicide, if you ever try to let go. I'm sad and know, yeah, I'm sad and know.
J'ai l'air essoufflé, même si j'ai tout fait. J'ai tout, ferai jamais dans ma vie.
Ah, il aurait pu, je t'aime. Oh, à la folie. Oh,
Bitch, we in the city on that hot shit. Looking for a biddy on that hot shit.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Oh my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly.
Je voulais rester à la cité, mon père m'a dit
What is up, guys? Dashing here, and we are live for Octane number 163. What an episode we've got this not so fine evening. Pretty crappy weather out, but it's hot inside, and we are getting things started with some big time singles action. Quite honestly, I think this could probably be the show stealer. Straight out the gate, Remy Martin, one-on-one with Tobias Jones. Woo! And things are going to only heat up throughout the night. We've really got a great episode of Octane in store. Of course, this go-home edition of Octane before we head on over to Tokyo, Japan for the Tag Team Cup 2 nights, the 2nd annual Women's Tag Team Cup, and the 9th annual Men's Tag Team Cup. Not to mention that Pro Wrestling Japan event that will feature many CMV superstars, including, well, Octane's own Lorenzo Alexander challenging Paragon J. Pierce for the Pro Wrestling Japan International Championship and more. But guys, when it comes to championship gold, this man, Remy Martin, we know what he wants, and that's the CMV Championship that is fit snug around the waist of Fidel De La Rosa. And well, they've been turning into Octane into a battlefield these last couple of weeks. Of course, saw last Octane, they needed to be dragged away by pretty much an army of security guards and even local police in order to stop the two from potentially ripping each other apart. But Tobias Jones, guys, who of course alongside Aaron Stone will represent the Regulators in the 9th annual Men's Tag Team Cup. As we also know, in the 2nd annual Women's Tag Team Cup, that Amelia Jones and Sophia E. Faith will also be representing the Regulators. We talked about it last Octane. There's the potential for the Regulators to come back home from Japan with both sets of Tag Team Championship gold here in CMV. That's a big if, though. A lot of stars have got to align for that to be a possibility, but it most certainly could happen. But for Tobias Jones, he's wanting to pick up some momentum for he and Stone. Stone is also going to be in action later on, as it will be Andrew Briggs one-on-one with the Milkman. But right now it's Remy Martin and Tobias Jones. Like I said, this could be a humdinger and a half to get the show started. Tobias Jones, the winner of last year's match of the year. Unfortunately, he did not have a contender this time around. Yes, we just posted the survey for the 14th annual CMV Glammy Awards. If you're a part of our Discord, make sure you go to the announcement section and cast your votes. Holy shit! What a reversal! Remy Martin marked it out to himself, and deservedly, he just caught Tobias mid-air and slammed him down onto the floor with a power bomb. Tobias is like, wait a damn minute. It'll take a second before getting back into the ring, but Remy's on him immediately with a clothesline and a beautiful double bounce springboard moonsault into the pin. Not looking good for Jones already. Both of these men, former Intercontinental champions. I have no doubt that both will be world champions in the future, but maybe Remy a bit sooner rather than later if he gets his match with Fidel De La Rosa, seeming like he's willing to do anything he has to do to earn #1 contendership. A big drop kick from off the second rope. And a back up. Every time Tobias gets up, he's put right back down by Remy Martin. And a stomp to the face before going up to the top rope. By the way, guys, that Pro Wrestling Japan event is going to go down tomorrow. You can think of it as a little bit of a prelude before next weekend's Tag Team Cup I keep forgetting what day it is. My schedule's all jacked up. Of course, we were supposed to be doing Octane last night. Here we are this evening, and man, Remy Martin's just giving Tobias Jones these bows over and over and over again. You see him go out onto the apron. It's about as one-sided as it could possibly get. I really think that powerbomb at the start of the match just completely shut Tobias Jones down. Really ripped the rug out from under him, and Martin's just making him suffer here. Now starting to maybe slow things down, and Tobias saying, give me a dang old breather, man. But Remy is on him immediately on the outside. Oh, God, gonna drop Tobias face first on top of the steel barricade. Trying for an Irish whip and a counter. The guys, Lorenzo Alexander heads to Tokyo, Japan tomorrow. He will challenge Jay Pierce for the International Championship. Guys, tonight, he goes one-on-one with the Ogre Morgan in a Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifier. It's really big 2 nights for the Hollywood highlight, and say goodnight to Tobias Jones after that back elbow. Now here comes the punt kick from Remy Martin. Just completely, totally unchained is Martin here tonight. I don't know how in the hell Tobias kicked out of that, and the former farmer boy with blood in his eyes. Remy got him open. Not sure if it was with that back elbow or the punt kick, but now here comes the sleeper, and this is vintage Remy Martin, middle of the ring. Sleeper hold is applied. Is he going to put Tobias Jones to sleep? Tobias showing some real heart in this match, but he escapes. Doesn't do him very much good, as Remy is straight back in the driver's seat with that neck breaker. Back out onto the apron. I don't know what Tobias Jones has to do or what he can do. It might just be academicness, but another springboard DDT. Guys, I think I can confidently say I've never seen Tobias Jones get mollywopped like this. He is just being dissected. And again, I really think it goes back to how this match started with that powerbomb on the floor. I think that really just, that rocked Tobias Jones, and he has not been able to recover. He better be careful. He might not make it to Tokyo, Japan at this rate. Now up to the top, another. I think that was a clothesline. Could have thought that was a neck breaker for that angle, but either way, down goes Tobias, and that
yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. He say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. Yeah, used to wear the cheap stuff, now it's all designer. Bling. Got him wrapped around my little finger. He let the way I pop it like a can of fizz. Told him if he want this, better know the business. I'm not his wifey, I'm his fantasy. Living life in first class, can't you see? Look at me, said my attitude is kinda spicy. I told him that's the price, boy, ain't it pricey? It is.
Did you guys enjoy that Xbox ad? Another Sujin situation. Just so powerful was Remy Martin coming off that top rope. Took down the broadcast momentarily, but guys, a huge win for Remy Martin. A dominant win, and I just hope Tobias Jones is okay. I really do feel like that power bomb maybe hit the back of his head on the floor. I'm not sure. But maybe Aaron Stone can pick up the slack for the Regulators a bit later on. Right now, he might have to go check on his tag team partner. Speaking of tag teams, the second annual Women's Tag Team Cup is going to feature Pats LaFaves. Was last Tag Team Cup, the inaugural Women's Tag Team Cup last year. Pats LaFaves defended the Women's Tag Team Championship against the winning team, which of course was Brina Story and B. Barrett. That was Sarah Miller and Alice Blake. Pats LaFaves represented this year by Delilah Sin and Vanessa Morgan, 2/3 of the Trios champions, and momentum up for grabs here as Vanessa Morgan will go one-on-one with the television champion, Taryn Breeze. And over these last few weeks, guys, ever since this new season began, Pats LaFaves have continually gotten the better of Twisted Sisters, whether that be in singles competition or in tag team action. So Taryn Breeze is hoping to end that trend here tonight and get some of that much needed momentum for Twisted Sisters. But again, guys, we don't know in Tokyo, Japan, which two members will be representing the sisters. Could be Taryn Breeze and Dallas Cole, could be potentially Anna Simmons and Dallas Cole, or Diana Holmes and Taryn Breeze. I think that gives them a distinct advantage. But their opponents won't know what they're going to be up against until the bell actually rings. But right here tonight, this is non-title, Vanessa Morgan, Taryn Breeze, one-on-one. Remember, guys, Vanessa Morgan has only been defeated once in singles competition here in CMV. That was by Thea, interestingly enough, in a television championship match. And again, television championship not on the line here. Breeze is coming off a successful defense a few weeks ago against Amelia Jones. It's already not off to a very good start. Aussie Brute gets knocked back. And all Morgan has to do is avoid the submissions of Taryn Breeze. Easier said than done, especially that crippler crossface, and more recently she's been utilizing the sharpshooter. There's another sit-out powerbomb. A couple minutes into this matchup, and Vanessa Morgan's already trying to put Taryn Breeze through the canvas. And guys, right here tonight, Mike Magnum Maxwell is going to have to run sort of the gauntlet all his own, much like he did last Octane. Here tonight, he's going to have to face both members of Police Squad in individual matches, Anarchy Rules matchups, mind you, and if he can defeat both members of Police Squad, Bill Jones and John Smith, then he will get a match with Schmidty at Climb to Fame. This is the decree of the Game Changer. Mike Magnum Maxwell must earn a match with the Hall of Famer. Can he? His first match against Bill Jones will be up next. Here's our main event. Going to be some trios action as the Women's World Champion Isabella Almas and Resurgence, Liliana Summers and Cassidy Weiss, will take on the team. A big forearm smash of Sophia Eve Faith, Thea, and Ashley Rain. Well, Taryn Breeze has the upper hand right now. See if she can keep it that way, though. Just as I say that, Vanessa able to avoid the springboard elbow drop. What's Delilah Sin up to over there? Was thinking about maybe trying something sneaky, but decided against it. We'll hopefully get an update on Tobias Jones if anything serious did occur. Hoping for the best, certainly. Remy Martin is just... whew. That kid can be lethal when he wants to be. If I were Fidel de la Rosa, I would be understandably a bit worried after a performance like what we just saw. To the outside, Dallas Cole gonna keep her distance. But now, damn, right into the camera. That super kick from Taryn Breeze. So powerful it knocked Vanessa Morgan into the cameraman. Nearly toppled him over. Oh, and Delilah Sin now getting directly involved. The ref saw it though. Oh, now Dallas Cole, she's going to try to distract Vanessa Morgan. And the referee is seeing all this. She's having none of it. Looks like they're both going to get ejected. Lila Sin and Dallas Cole being sent to the back here. This match going to resume uninterrupted. No more shenanigans. Oh, and Morgan, though, going to take advantage of the pause in the action to run down Taryn Breeze with that headbutt. Now coming out of the corner with a drop kick to the chest. And a woman the size of Vanessa Morgan leaving her feet like that. Woo. Into the pin, but it's a 2 count only for the Aussie Brute. Oh, Vanessa. I love she just wastes no time at all. Going for that power bomb. Stacks her up. Is she going to pin the television champion? Nearly. Very nearly. Vanessa telling her, you should have stayed down. You do what's good for you. Give me another power bomb. Maybe not. Gonna drop her face first down onto the top turnbuckle. Can't tell you what Vanessa Morgan was trying to follow up with there, but makes up for it, pulling Breeze out of the corner. Kick out at 2 again. Now we see Morgan starting to get more and more frustrated. Another pinch. He's telling Taryn Breeze, stay down. But the television champion saying, She might wish she did. Vanessa slamming Taryn Breeze face first down onto the canvas. Just some more trash talk from the Aussie Brute. And Taryn's just looking for some sort of refuge here in the corner. Full steam ahead. Shoulder thrust. Still not done. Gonna yeet her overhead with that belly to belly. Taryn's got no quit in her, but Vanessa Morgan seems like she can carry on all night long if necessary. Looking for another powerbomb. Breeze said, no thank you. Going for the sharpshooter. The giant legs of Vanessa Morgan all tied up. Sharpshooter's locked in. But Vanessa just too powerful. Able to get out of it pretty quickly. And Taryn's backing down, guys. Taryn Breeze was trying to retreat there, but Vanessa Morgan, where do you think you're going? Drops her chest first across the top rope and a knee to the side of the head. Oh no, the Aussie Brutes. I think it's had enough. Playing with her food, tripped up. Tried for a clothesline there, but slipped. That leaves the door open for Taryn Breeze. Snap German suplex. Might have her done right here. Quick pin. But it's a kick out at 2. Taryn Breeze trying to become only the second woman ever to pin Vanessa Morgan. Off the rope she goes. Leapfrog. Drop kick to the chest. Both women down. This is a great match. But who's going to carry that momentum with them into Tokyo, Japan? Taryn gets to her feet. And Taryn Breeze digging down deep. Can she do it? Oh, got her with the Rough Rider there. The leg lariat. 1, 2. And Taryn Breeze cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Vanessa Morgan. So Taryn not taking no for an answer. Campbell clutch gets countered to a roll-up though. Vanessa gonna try to steal it. And she almost does. Wade counter into a jackknife. Jackknife pinned by Taryn. Taryn Breeze has just pinned Vanessa Morgan. Only the second ever time we have seen the Aussie Brute pinned. I cannot believe it. I could already see some potentially calling this a fluke. But Taryn Breeze has just done what I think a lot of us are starting to think could never be done again. And after weeks of Pat's LaFame's getting the better of Twisted Sisters. Tara Breeze picks up this gargantuan win heading into Tokyo, Japan. Vanessa, if you can just see the look on her face right now. What a win for Tara Breeze.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a
And coming up next here on Octane number 163, my friends, it is the first trial of Mike Magnum Maxwell here tonight. As again, he is going to have to defeat both members of Police Squad in two separate matchups, Anarchy Rules matchups, if he wants to get his match with Schmidty at Climb to Fame. And up first, it's going to be Bill Jones of Police Squad. He's already got that baton looking like he's ready to go. But is Mike Magnum Maxwell prepared to do it? Oh, well, just as I'm saying that, I guess I have my answer. Where the hell did he just come from? I think he came jumping off the barricade. He must have come through the crowd or something. Mike Magnum Maxwell not waiting another second to get his hands on Bill Jones here. The Police Squad has really been the jagged thorn in Mike Magnum Maxwell's side these last few weeks, doing the dirty work of Schmidty. First, of course, they beat him down in a handicap matchup, and then last Octane, they were able to defeat Jay Jones and Mike Magnum Maxwell in some tag team action, but utilizing that dirty pin. Like I said on social media, though, no need to worry about a dirty pin in the Anarchy Rules match, because anything goes. You got to be prepared for whatever Bill Jones might bring to the table. But right now, it's Bill Jones in the back foot. Mike Magnum Maxwell beating the hell out of him. Just used that light tube a second ago to crack across his midsection. There we go. Finally, a kick to the side of the head. And some more of that patented police brutality from Bill Jones. The enforcement for Schmidty's Department of Justice for saying that Mike Magnum Maxwell is being put on trial, is being evaluated, doesn't truly deserve to get into the ring with the Hall of Famer Schmidty at Climb to Fame. That's what Mike Magnum Maxwell is hoping to prove here tonight. But right now, Bill Jones with that hard-hitting style of his. And now he's going to ringside. This is again Anarchy Rules. Anything goes. Is that a wrench? That's a wrench he's just taken out from out of the ring. What to do with that? Crack it over Maxwell's head, perhaps. That's exactly what he's going to do, I think. But Mike Magnum Maxwell able to come to just in time. And oh boy, he's going to put that wrench to use. Just whacking Bill Jones with it again and again. And then just throwing it out of a metal wrench. I don't think that's ever been used as a weapon here in CMV. Maxwell's unloading on the former Fusion Tag Team Champion. Remember, guys, Mike Magnum Maxwell later on tonight is going to have to face John Smith in another Anarchy Rules match. I mean, if Bill Jones beats Mike Magnum Maxwell right here, that match won't happen. Because Mike Magnum Maxwell has to defeat both members of Police Squad in order to earn that match with Schmidty at Climb to Fame. This is must win for the former Anarchy champion. Mike Magnum Maxwell off the ropes with a knee to the face. Throws him down onto the canvas. And so he now goes to ringside. Under the ring, looking to grab a table. Sinister intentions, I think. from Mike Magnum Maxwell. You can't really feel too bad for Bill Jones after what Police Squad has put Mike Magnum Maxwell through these last few weeks on the orders of Schmidty. He's got that table and looking to set it up. I think Bill Jones might be pulling out some splinters later on tonight. Mike Magnum Maxwell putting Jones up against the table. Tells him to suck it. That's a ticket. Before German suplexing him through the table. Get Bill Jones saying, where the hell am I? Thinks he's back in England. Oh no, up on the top. Mike Magnum Maxwell from the top rope with a T-bone suplex into the shards of table bits. Maxwell now from the corner. Looks like he's lining up his shot. Looking for that cave-in. Into the pin, middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Mike Magnum Maxwell does it. But his night is not over. He still must defeat John Smith later on tonight if he wants his match with Schmidty at Climb to Fame. But trial number 1 is over. Mike Magnum Maxwell victorious. The tribulations are going to continue, though. Hard-fought, well-earned victory here for Mike Magnum Maxwell. One that has to feel good in and of itself after what he's gone through in recent weeks. But John Smith still waiting for him a little bit later on tonight, so Maxwell had better rest up best he can while he can.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. He say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor.
Well, we were just talking about Climb to Fame, and this next matchup has very serious Climb to Fame implications. This, a Climb to Fame contract ladder match qualifier. The other night on Shockwave, the qualifiers began, guys. We saw both Diamanta and Alan Montoya qualify. 2 of 8 spots filled. Now we see who's going to join them. And some might say a match like that is built for the Hollywood Highlight. I would agree. We saw what he did in the ladder match and final stand. But as we talked about a bit earlier tonight, a big couple of nights for Lorenzo Alexander, guys, because tomorrow in Tokyo, Japan, he challenges Jay Pierce for the International Championship. So, man, this could be the greatest couple of nights of Lorenzo Alexander's career if they go well for him. Could be the opposite also. The worst couple of nights for him. But this just might be the biggest test of Lorenzo Alexander's young career yet. He is going one-on-one with the Ogre, Morgan. And whereas a match like the Climb to Fame contract ladder match might be in the favor of Lorenzo Alexander, I'd say the opposite for Morgan. He's never been in a matchup like that, at least not to my knowledge. I don't think he's been in a big multi-man ladder match. I could be wrong about that. Obviously, those match types, they typically favor the smaller guys, the faster superstars, the more agile. Morgan, certainly none of those things. But he is hungry to become a world champion once again. And maybe even a bit desperate. You know what they say, when you're desperate, you're dangerous. Well, Morgan's already dangerous to begin with. He, of course, kicked off the new season with a win against Peligro a couple of weeks ago. Certainly not the Morgan we're used to seeing. And I think just as dangerous, maybe if not more dangerous in his current state. Climb to Fame, our first big event of the brand new season. First, we stop off in Tokyo, Japan for the 2nd annual Women's Tag Team Cup and the 9th annual Men's Tag Team Cup. Guys, I can announce to you right here, right now, that Climb to Fame will be coming to us live for the first time, guys, since Ascendance. Oh boy, let me do some math here. I think it's 10, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Ascendance 10 was where Ascendance took place live from Paris. 10 or 11, I'm pretty sure it was 10. For the first time since Ascendance 10, CMV is back in Paris for Climb to Fame. And obviously that's going to be huge news for a certain individual, Thea, who we now know will challenge Isabella Almas for the Women's World Championship. Talking about a home field advantage. She, of course, a part of that trios match in our main event right here tonight. At the moment, Morgan gonna have to brush up on his French. Oui, oui. Had a whoop on stage. Bon bon. All that good stuff. Big kicks, man. Yeah, this is not a good start for Lorenzo Alexander, to say the least. Gets out of the way of that one, though, and a knee to the chest that has literally zero effect on the over. It was almost the side of the head, get him free, though. I mean, this is the age-old collision of David versus Goliath. So Lorenzo Alexander gonna have to find a way to use his wits to outmaneuver the much bigger, much stronger Morgan. Big side slam, no good. Alexander crawls into the corner and punches right to the midsection, right underneath the rib cage. Everything Morgan does is calculated. Never doubt that for a single second. This isn't an animalistic man. Some people say Morgan, he's a beast. He doesn't really, he goes into some sort of animal-like state, but no, he's conscious of everything that he's doing, and everything he does has purpose. Oh, and he's calling for Lorenzo's head right here. I don't think nothing can stand between Morgan and becoming a world champion once again. Two-time global champion, two-time CMV champion. We're creeping up on Paul's odds record for most world championship reigns here in CMV before long. Of course, he has 7, does the Asian sensation. Morgan now from stretch rope, taking down Lorenzo Alexander with that very Thea-esque shoulder tackle. And a neck break, yeah. Alexander is borderline unresponsive at this point. And Morgan is not stopping for a single second. Deadlift dominator, but hang on, the Hollywood highlight. Shocking Morgan even with that sudden display of, courage. But it's pretty much instantly shut down. Spine buster. into the pin. 1, 2, kick out. But does that just prolong the inevitable? Morgan could be looking for the lion tamer. But somebody obviously did their homework. And a slingshot sent out is attempted. Morgan gets his knees up every time. Alexander is able to try and make a comeback. Morgan's just right there waiting to shut it down violently. Lorenzo, please respond. Big elbows now coming from the Ogre. Repeatedly across the chest. Lorenzo needs a breather. He's trying to roll out of the ring, but Morgan won't let him. Not so fast. Avoids that double axe on him, but can he make anything out of it? Nope. And immediately Morgan again. The clobbering blow across the chest. The power. Something to be in awe of. I don't even know how Lorenzo is able to get back up to his feet at this point. That just shows you the toughness of this young kid. That toughness only going to get you so far. He's going to try to sneak it. Going to try to sneak it. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's see if it pays off for him. With that crucifix pin, but man, didn't even get a 1 count out of it. Loses that speed to a 1. Sunset strip! Where the hell did that come from? Lorenzo's got him beat. I can't believe it. No! Lorenzo, don't get fooled. It's the Pro Wrestling Japan International Champion. Come on, Zo. You've got Morgan beat. Turn around, pin him. Oh, but Jay Pierce has Zo completely distracted, and now Morgan's able to get back up to his feet. Now he gets rolled up, and Jay Pierce having a laugh, but counters into a pin. Wait a minute. No, reverses again, and a kick out at 1. Morgan trying to open a trip up. Lorenzo said, I'm not dead yet, big boy. Unfortunately, it looks like Jay Pierce is planning on sticking around. Not just here for the how do you do toodaloo from the top meteor. Zo gonna be lucky if he is to shatter both of his kneecaps. Tomorrow night in Tokyo, Japan, Lorenzo Alexander challenges Jay Pierce for the International Championship, but looks like Pierce wanted to try and take one last shot at Zo by costing him this opportunity in the Climb to Fame contract ladder match. If he would have gone for the pin right after that sunset strip, man, I wonder if it would have gotten the win. I wonder. Springboard, moonsault. Hang on, we're on a count of 8. We're on a count of 8 right now. That springboard did not reset the count. There's no way. Lorenzo Alexander, by countout, has just qualified for the Climb to Fame contract ladder match. If there was ever a time to win by countout, I'd say this one is fair play. Because Morgan was ripping apart Lorenzo limb by limb. I think this is probably the only way Zo may have been able to win this match, was by countout. And Jay Pierce looking not too happy that his plan to cost Lorenzo this match may have somewhat backfired. Lorenzo Alexander joins the lineup for Climb to Fame, but that man at ringside is standing between Lorenzo Alexander and Climb to Fame. Jay Pierce looking to embarrass the Hollywood Highlight on his home turf tomorrow night. But for now, look at Lorenzo hurt too. Talk about surviving.
Yeah, you know the vibe. bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda, yeah. Make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda, yeah. Make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor.
Well, with Lorenzo Alexander's win there, guys, that makes our Climb to Fame contract ladder match lineup at the moment Diamante, Alan Montoya, and Lorenzo Alexander, 3 of 8, and it's already looking like it's going to cook, baby. But coming up next, we just saw the Pro Wrestling Japan International Champion at ringside during that last match. Now here comes the PWJ Women's Champion, Odyssey Rift, set for some tag team competition here tonight. And you can ask Thea just how hard this woman hits. Of course, she was a part of the gauntlet match Thea had to run last Octane, and definitely gave the fiery French woman a run for her money. Did not make it easy to win that gauntlet match. Going to be a part of that massive PWJ event tomorrow night, though, in Tokyo. Here tonight, she's teaming up with one of CMV's newest additions to the Octane Women's Division. That being Mitzi, who we've seen a couple of times at this point. More recently, a couple of weeks back, picked up a win against Jackie Storm. And it was actually after that match that Odyssey Rift came out onto the stage, kind of laughed at Jackie Storm. Didn't seem impressed at all with the women's division here on Octane, calling it pathetic. But Jackie Storm could have her chance to show Odyssey Rift otherwise here tonight in this tag team matchup. Very much an odd pair, though, here is Mitzi and Odyssey Rift. Although just about everything about Mitzi is odd, if you ask me. Still to come, though, my friends. Andrew Briggs goes one-on-one with Aaron Stone. We've also got our main event trios match as the Women's World Champion Isabella Almas and Resurgence, Ileana Summers and Cassidy Bice, take on Sophia E. Faith Thea and Ashley Rain. I'm just now noticing that Diamante, Alan Montoya, and Lorenzo Alexander were all in the Rite of Passage Championship ladder match at Final Stand. Lightning striking twice. They just didn't get enough, I guess. Their body's not broken quite enough in that match. They want to run it back and Patty. But taking on the team of Sosafina Leota and Jackie Storm are Mitzi and Odyssey Rift here in this match. The official Octane debut of Sosafina, although if you've been catching the live events, you know that this is a very powerful woman. Hell, says so across her shirt there. But has been on quite a winning streak over the last few weeks. And, well, I kind of had to give her a match if she threatened me. Said that if she was not on the next episode of Octane, heads were going to start to roll. And my head is too pretty to be rolling around on the floor. And as if the upset win a couple weeks ago for Mitzi against Jackie Storm wasn't bad enough, again, Odyssey Rift coming out onto the stage and laughing at her. I think it's lit a fire up under the ass of Jackie Storm. She's got something to prove here tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. So it's tag team action. The PWJ Women's Champion, Odyssey Rift, Mitzi, taking on Josefina Leota and Jackie Storm. It's going to be Rift getting things started against Josefina. Woo! Two big gals about to clash. They're going to go right up to each other and start swinging. No panther behind me here. Quickly shoved back. Here's the champ. It's like they're trying to go low with Leota. Doesn't work out very well for her, though. And Mitzi not only unorthodox outside of the ring, but you can ask Jackie Storm in the ring as well. And she found out firsthand a couple of weeks ago. Really not somebody you can prepare for. Oh, and Josefina certainly wasn't ready for that punch right to the face. They would have been busted open already. Not even 60 seconds into the match. Jackie Storm tagged in, and here's her chance to show Odyssey Rift that she think twice about laughing at her again. Well, that was something, I suppose. Tags Josefina Leota right back in. Tagging unstoppable here, which, hey, is the name of the game. Frequent tags, always keeping you and your partner as fresh as can be. Mitzi now tagged in. She's going to slowly approach Leota, which I think would be the right idea. Wholly unpredictable herself is Josefina, with some explosive power. Make the tag to Jackie Storm. With some blood trickling down her face. Immediately a senton. Pulling Mitzi up to her feet. An Irish whip into the corner. Shuts down that tag attempt with an elbow to the face. Mitzi goes behind. And sidewinder suplex. Jackie Storm at this point been in CMV for about a year-ish or so. But of course there was a little bit of a hiatus during that time. Yet to earn herself some championship gold. I know she's hungry. I think this might be the season that it happens for her. Whatever gold she might go for, maybe maybe tag team championship or television championship, women's world championship. I mean, Jackie Storm has that potential. She's yet to really harness it here in CMV. Whoa! What just happened? Mitzi just took out everybody, apparently. Now she's getting back in the ring. Is she legal? Is there a tag made that I did not see? Josefina with a rolling neck breaker. Our poor ref's still down. Hopefully he's able to get back up. Now sent into the corner. The teamwork between Josefina Leota and Jackie Storm so far. Irish whip with a counter. Sent Leota out onto the apron and hangs on. Mitzi trying to knock her off. 2 punches doesn't do it. Trying for a third. Kick to the side of the head, and down she goes to the floor. Now the tag to Odyssey Rift. Absolutely massive woman. But Jackie Storm not intimidated. Drops her. Throat first down onto the top rope. Leota's the one that's legal, though. Got to get herself back up into the ring here. And she does, just as Odyssey Rift is beginning to stir a bit. Try for an Irish whip into the corner. Countered, though. Rift wants to avoid allowing that tag to happen. And right in front of Jackie Storm, the PWJ Women's Champion. With a hellacious clothesline, drops right into the pin. Kick out at one, Jackie Storm. A little overcautious, Josefina trying to get out of the ring, but Odyssey Rift drags her back in. Gonna throw her to the corner. Another cheap shot by Mitzi. Dangerous out of that corner. And a snake eyes for Leota. Tag to Mitzi. These two also working really well together, Mitzi and Odyssey Rift. Targeting those thick legs. I would imagine going against someone like Josefina Leota, the target would be the bare feet. Let's fucking stomp on her toes. Trying to roll her up here. Counter, though. Then we'll roll it with her own. Reverses. And Josefina counters once again, does Mitzi. And finally, kick out. Josefina wants to make a tag, but Mitzi not about to let that happen. Up kick. Puts her down, and Mitzi makes the tag to Odyssey. It's a tag right now for Josefina Leota, but Odyssey Rift got her tied up in the ropes and his closed fists across the chest. Just disgusting. Odyssey and Alyssa get distracted though by Jackie Storm. Trying to take her off the apron. Storm again fights back though. Was pissing off the PWJ Women's Champion. I don't know if that's a good idea. On the apron again. Odyssey gonna go for it once more. Storm just keeps getting the better of her though. Oh, that finally ends. But wait a minute, Josefina's back in the ring. It's like Josefina to let her partner get beat to a pulp here before interfering. From behind, German suplex. God damn. And Josefina gonna hold her knee to Odyssey's face. Knee drop by the Pacific Islander. Follows up with some stomps to the face. Mohawk headbutt. Oh no. The PWJ Women's Champion going all the way to the top. Elbow to the heart, but Josefina wanted none of that. Big punches to the midsection, finishing strong with that pendulum backbreaker. And Mitzi, seeing the champ in trouble, offers the tag, but honestly, Rift not in any position right now. Jackie Storm back up on the apron. Josefina tries to send Rift into the corner, counter of the Irish whip though. Elbow to the side of the head, got that one in. Now sends her off the ropes, trying for a Hurricane Rana, but a bit premature. I think Jackie Storm may have just punched Odyssey Rift in the back of the head though. Gives Leota an opening. An opening she intends to use here. Irish whip, no reverse. Ducks the clothesline out. My God! See how fast Leota was going there. This small gap, like I said before, packs a punch. Oh no, but wrong decision there. Allowed Odyssey Rift to make a tag to Mitzi. With a kick to the midsection. Gives her the throat thrust and into the pin. Shake out at 2. Josefina in bad shape, and Mitzi will take advantage with that complete shot, the whoopsie-doodle right there. Into the pin, but not for the win. 2.999. keep on the attack of the fall and headbutt Odyssey Rift back up onto the apron. Get her into that corner, but Josefina. Oh, I think Odyssey Rift just accidentally punched Mitzi. Didn't seem really to affect her all that much, though. It's a good thing. Another elbow. Josefina sends Mitzi into the corner for that kick. We've seen that kick. Sets her up for the spear. Maybe. Possibly. 10 hours later. I think she wants Mitzi to see it coming. There it is! He was edging. The spear cuts down Mitzi, but Odyssey Rift going to be able to come in and break it up before even the 1 count. Now Mitzi able to reverse the Irish whip. Josefina with those elbows out of the corner, though. European uppercut. She keeps doing this every time. She turns her back, allows the tag to be made. Foolish. Man, Odyssey ate that clothesline, though. Yeah, Josefina a little bit too full of herself, a little too overexcited. Let me try to win the match first. Out in the corner. Oh. Well, Mitzi got one. It's only fair that Odyssey Rift gets a spear. No, Odyssey said, get that shit out of here, cousin. Not interested at all. Now Odyssey with that pop-up power slam. And still not finished. Oh, no. Discus clothesline puts Josefina down. And I think that's going to be down for the count. Yes, it is. Josefina. And I think her immaturity in this match, competition-wise, really showed. She kept taking control, but then allowing the tags to be made, celebrating before the match was over repeatedly. And cost her and Jackie Storm, it really did indeed. Now we see the power of Odyssey Rift with that discus clothesline. Mitzi and Odyssey Rift picking up the tag team win here tonight. Gonna be in Tokyo, Japan tomorrow night for that huge Pro Wrestling Japan event. And I think the women here in Octane should just be happy that Odyssey Rift is going to be sticking around long term. Count your blessings.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the moody. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda.
Up next, we got ourselves some singles action. And again, momentum at stake heading into the Tag Team Cup. But guys, for Aaron Stone, who I've been told has been in the doc's office the past hour checking up on Tobias Jones, is he going to be fully focused on this matchup here? There's no clearer indication yet, but all signs point to Tobias Jones potentially suffering a concussion at the hands of Remy Martin at the top of the show. We'll have to wait to get a full diagnosis from the doc. But Aaron Stone going to have to leave his friend's side and come out here to compete. Hopefully pick up some momentum for the regulators before taking the trip to Tokyo, Japan. We've been talking about how the regulators could potentially leave Japan with both sets of tag team championship gold, but so could that be the possibility for the regulators? As we know, they'll be representing in the Women's Tag Team Cup and the Men's Tag Team Cup. Of course, the women's will be Ileana Summers and Cassidy Vice. I imagine the men's will be Ben Stacey and Andrew Briggs, although with Peligro in the mix, maybe they'll throw a curveball at their opponents. This year tonight, though, is Andrew Briggs. One-on-one with the Milkman. Aaron Stone, the former Octane Tag Team Champion, looks to add yet another accolade to his already very impressive resume here in CMV. Of course, he's up for Male Superstar of the Year once again, 2 years in a row. He accomplished a lot last season. Hoping to make this season even better. Would start by winning the 9th annual Men's Tag Team Cup, although if he's down a partner, I'm not really sure what he's going to do, but hopefully that's not the case. Andrew Briggs with Ben Stacey in his corner, taking on Aaron Stone. Of course, in our main event, that trios match, we know Ileana Summers and Cassidy Vice will be in. But, oh, man, Stone coming out the corner trying to bulldoze over Briggs straight away, but instead gets rolled up, and can you imagine the embarrassment? Luckily, does not happen. Counters into a jackknife pin, but a kick out before even won by Andrew Briggs. Resurgence and regulars have been trading wins against each other over these last few weeks. Jockeying for that momentum heading into the Tag Team Cup. As for all that Andrew Briggs has accomplished on his CMV career, he's never been a Tag Team Champion. And nor has Ben Stacey, for that matter. It'll be a first for the both of them. Stalked around to the corner is Aaron Stone with that tornado kick right to the side of the head. And Briggs said, I still got you in my sights, big boy. You ain't going nowhere, but hang on, count on the Irish whip. And a close line shuts that down. He says, sit down, old boy. Oh, it's like Ben Stacey trying to give some aid to Andrew Briggs in his foot of steel chair, but the ref saw it, though. He gets rid of it before it can potentially be utilized by the former CMV champion. Aaron Stone, of course, 3-time global champion. He's been very open about the fact he wants to be CMV champion. Andrew Briggs from the top. Winding up the Milkman. We're going to take him down with a gorgeous crossbody. Find me a better crossbody. You cannot. Impossible. That's facts, actually. I am wrong. Andrew Briggs was a tag team champion, fusion tag team champion with PJ Boone. That is true. Was a very short reign. That's why I forgot it. Well, also vintage dash in memory. Swooped up is Andrew Briggs. Will get dropped on the ring apron. Vintage chop. I'm talking about Aaron Stone. He started as a tag team competitor here in CMV and NGW alongside Justice Stone. Now, I don't think I really ever would have thought that back in those NGW days, at the time he went by Sexton Stone, that he would ever be maybe one of the greatest of all time in CMV history. 3-time global champion, but here he is. Talk about coming a long way, Shining Wizard from the veteran, though. Stone could be out cold after that. Check out it. That don't mean that Briggs is done. He might be looking to go to the top. Might be looking for that corkscrew senton. Yeah, but gets up them knees. Does Aaron Stone and little knees. Andrew Briggs trying to kick him back Stone comes out of a knife edge shot. Big right hook, another knife edge shot. Slap across the face. Responds in kind as Aaron Stone. They're just smacking the shit out of each other. Two former world champions here on Octane of 163. They're just laying into each other. Discus ya punch! But Ben Stacy just in time, sensing his partner in big trouble and distracting the milkman, saying, your muscles aren't all that impressive. I want to put you in not top 5 white boys. Stone going to try to refocus now as he drags Briggs away from Ben Stacy. Vintage Stone! Vintage Stone! That submission, I still don't know what to call that submission. Whoa, Briggs! How are you still schmooving like that at his age? Man, it's crazy. Lock loaded, goes for a head kick. Stone counters. Uh-oh. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Shout out to Alice Blake. Good night. Talking about getting put down. Crunchy into the pin. And it's a kick out at 2. Don't tell me he's looking at that moonsault. Don't tell me he's looking at that moonsault. Rest in peace, Andrew Briggs. Hooks the leg. Ben Stacy doing all he can to distract the ref, but it don't work. Kick out at 2.999. Now the ref goes and fixes the top turnbuckle. Andrew Briggs is getting lit up. And I don't think Stone is going to slow down anytime soon. Senton, oh, there we go. Briggs gets the knees up. Oh! Briggs just tried for a low blow. Very lucky is Aaron Stone to avoid that. I don't know if he wore his cup or not. A desperate Andrew Briggs. Now going to take off the top turnbuckle. I don't know if the ref saw him do it. She's too busy starting to count out Aaron Stone here. And an impatient Briggs going to continue his attack. That ringside knee drop. Go for that steel chair, baby. Thinking about it. What the hell is Briggs doing? Going to the top rope is Andrew Briggs. What is this mad lad cooking up here? Cross body. Aaron Stone, I saw his eyes, man, glazed over. And the ref is fixing that top turnbuckle as Briggs delivers the Shining Wizard again. All these knees to the head, elbows to the head. And adding up, Aaron Stone, thick-headed as he might be, another Shining Wizard. God damn, boy. Yeah, Stone is out, guys. I think he's out cold right now. Andrew Briggs able to drag his massive meats back into the ring. But I think it's pretty much over here. Count to 100. 1, 2. Gotta be that time wasted getting back in the ring. Briggs looking at the ref saying, what the hell are you thinking? That was a 3 count, sister. Don't try to play with me. Oh, worst position Stone could have put himself in. Perfect setup. Vintage Briggs with the high knee, short arm, clothesline combo, but a kick out at 2. What a match. No, but Briggs can't be stopped. Another knee. Directly to the temple this time. 1, 2, 3. Andrew Briggs pins the Milkman. What a match. Just trading wins. 1 week, it's Resurgent on top. The next week, it's the regulars. But guys, in Tokyo, Japan is when it's really going to matter. They face off in the first round of both the Women's Tag Team Cup and the Men's Tag Team Cup. This was a fantastic match, though. We might have a double concussion because them knees to Stone's head, something wicked. Might not just be Tobias Jones we got to worry about. Well, maybe if Tobias Jones had been able to be out here, things would have been different. There were a lot of shenanigans in this match, but nonetheless, Andrew Briggs victorious, momentum for Resurgence.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. Say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. Yeah, used to wear the cheap stuff, now it's all designer. Blink. Got him wrapped around my little finger. He let the way I pop it like a can of fizz. Told him if he want this, better know the business. I'm not his wifey, I'm his fantasy. Living life in first class, can't you see? Look at me, said my attitude is kinda spicy.
More action coming your way here on Octane number 163, my friends. And we got ourselves a non-title match up next, as Minohiro Takanashi has really put himself in a prime position here tonight, guys, because a victory could mean a future championship opportunity for this man who only debuted a couple of weeks ago. Debuted here on Octane, though, wasting no time, almost putting the Anarchy champion Tommy Demise through the canvas. And Tommy Demise told him, you're going to regret that. This is a fight that you really want. You better be ready. Goes to the death with me. Demise even said, look, I'll give you a chance to back down. One and only chance, but Minohiro not interested. The towering titan from Japan wants what Tommy Demise has. And I don't think that Minohiro is really the kind of guy to wait in line, to wait for his turn, wait for an opportunity. He takes it. Tommy Demise. Oh, Demise from behind! Where in the hell did he come from? The Anarchy champion. The refs calling it off. The refs calling off this match, guys. We were supposed to get a non-title match, but Tommy Demise is making Minohiro pay for that attack a couple weeks ago. And I don't think Demise is finished either. He gave Takanashi a chance. Oh man, but Demise, that might have been a mistake. Talk about poking the bear. I would say try to get some security out here, but I mean, I wouldn't even blame my security here at Octane for not wanting to try to tussle with Minohiro Takanashi. Oh, Demise, you may have just dug your own grave, my friend. But no, wait a minute, the Anarchy champion. He might be at a size disadvantage, a severe strength disadvantage. But he might make up for that in his sheer brutality. Man! Minohiro is just that much more brutal, though. Air raid siren gonna send Demise crawling out onto the apron, forearm smash, backs him up. Slingshot back in the ring for a sit-out face buster. You gotta get creative going against someone as big as Takanashi, and Demise did just there. Again, this match got called off. It's been thrown out by the ref. We do need to get security out. We gotta get somebody out here. It ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. Oh God, back suplex on the floor. And Takanashi able to stomp the back of the head. The towering titan. I didn't know they made him like this in Japan, man. I didn't know they bred this type of beast over there. Sit out, power bomb on the floor. Or grab it on the back of the head. Demise, though, feisty as always with those elbows from midsection, big overhand. You gotta respect Demise, man, for not backing down, whereas most men probably would. He's bringing the fight directly to Minohoro Takanashi. Demise. Saying you bit off more than you can chew, big boy. Throws him back into the ring. Springboard elbow, but gets out of the way to Takanashi. And a kick to the chest of the champ. Minohoro. Now going to try to take the champion for a walk. Elbows more to the midsection by Demise. And the Psycho Magnet topples the towering Titan. But Demise is apparently still not there. He's going to try to kill him. Where is security? Get the hell out of here. What is this, shockwave? Demise going to rip his head off. Mounted on his mantle. Takanashi. How is he not down for the count yet? Demise gets slammed into the corner. German suplex. Ref! Get between these two! They're just toying with him. Playing with him is Minohoro. Treating Tommy Mize like a toy here. Demise see what he was going for. As he sends him off the ropes. Run him down, but it's a kick to the back of the head by Takanashi. And now he's looking to try to break Demise in two. Low punch to the gut. Another one gets caught though. Big punch. Oh yeah, they're throwing down. They're throwing down here, baby. Slap across the face, Demise, you nuts. Does this kid have a death wish or what? Okay, Takanashi talking some shit, said, I hope you can hit harder than that, buddy. Knife edge chop. Slap across the face. The Anarchy champion. Clubbering forearm. Needs to protect his territory. And that is exactly what he's doing out here right now. They're trying to bite his nose off. That'll be a nice little prize for Tommy Lions to take home. Boom! Right to the side of Minohoro's head. Security must be out to lunch or something. Or maybe they really are just too terrified to come out here and get between these two again. I think I could sympathize with that. I could understand that. So the referee's not trying to get anywhere near these two. She's trying to stay as far away as humanly possible. Takanashi now been busted open and back at. Oh my God! Oh my God! Disgusting clothesline. Oh, and here comes the electric chair driver on the fucking floor, but Tommy Demise by the skin of his teeth. Oh, boy's being potentially driven down onto the bare concrete right there. That's exactly what Takanashi was looking to do. Palm panel side slam, both down. Holy shit, man, what a fight. What a fight. Demise able to get to his feet with what left though. Scoops him up. Michinoku driver. Tommy Demise. He said, you want some more, big boy? Here you go. What a spear from the champ. Tommy Demise said, this is a fight you're going to regret. And I think he just proved that to Minohoro Takanashi. Our Anarchy champion is one tough SOB. But look at all that it took for him to finally keep Takanashi down. Holy shit.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me myself a flavor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a soup.
Well, my friends, it's our co-main event coming up next. Oh, well, it's supposed to be our co-main event, John Smith, like Magnum Maxwell, but well, it looks like we're going to have ourselves a little bit of an unexpected guest. Big Texas in the building. You know, earlier tonight, actually, Big Texas did come to my office and asked me if Hunter Quinn was here tonight. I informed him that Hunter Quinn is actually in another state participating in a live event. I think Big Texas wanted that match that we didn't get a couple of weeks ago because Hunter Quinn was, of course, arrested for stealing Big Texas's guitar. I'm not sure what Big Texas is doing out here. He does not have a match. The man who has done it all, I will say, looking as snazzy as ever before. Oh, he's grabbing a mic. You guys, Big Texas, what is he thinking? He's challenging Hunter Quinn to a match, but I already told him Hunter Quinn is not here tonight. He's calling out Hunter Quinn, saying, if you're not a coward, come and face me right now. He knows Hunter Quinn's not here, though. What the hell? Oh, Big Tex gonna try to, what, win by default or something? Hunter Quinn's not coming out here. It's impossible. Oh, it looks like someone is, though. This may not be Hunter Quinn, but if Big Texas wants a match tonight, looks like he's gonna get one. A.D. Harris taking up Big Texas on a fight right here tonight. We got a good look at this kid a few weeks ago. Victorious in his Octane debut, triple threat matchup, and I love absolutely everything I saw from this young kid. Big Texas looks beside himself. I think he was expecting a forfeit win tonight. But you got to expect the unexpected. The land of opportunity here on Octane. A.D. Harris going to take the bull by the horns. So Big Texas, A.D. Harris one-on-one, our tertiary mid-events. Big Texas, who knew that Hunter Quinn was not here tonight, even checked in with me to make sure that was the case. I don't know what he was looking to prove. We had a clean break to start things off, but Big Texas quickly sent back into the corner. Jockeying for control here. Ooh, slammed face first off the top rope. Grab that snakeskin boot. Stop it from going straight down his gullet. This is the official season debut of Big Texas. Now we're supposed to see he and Hunter Quinn in a matchup a couple weeks ago, but Hunter Quinn ended up taking Big Texas's guitar, and Big Texas called the cops on him, got him arrested for the night. That match did not end up happening. Now Hunter Quinn's in another state at a live event, and this is when Big Texas wants to fight. Okay. Loose lock, quickly counters into a side headlock. Goes Big Texas. And a wrench on the neck of A.D. Harris. Harris being here tonight, ready for a match at the drop of a hat, drop of a cowboy hat, as it turns out. That's the type of shit I like to see from a newcomer here in CMV, eager to get it on anytime, anywhere, prove themselves. Tried to roll him up there with that prawn pin. Clothesline takes him down. And indeed, coming up next, our co-main event, my friends, we will see Magnum Maxwell, who was able to defeat Bill Jones earlier tonight. He's still got one more trial to get through. That's John Smith of Police Squad. If he can defeat John Smith up next, Anarchy rules, then he will get his match with Schmidty at Climb to Fame. And of course, our main event trios action. You see Women's World Champion Isabella Almas and Ileana Summers and Cassidy Vice of the Resurgence taking on Sophia E. Faith, Thea, and Ashley Rain. Katie Harris in the ring. Only letting the referee get to a count of 1 before going to try and collect Big Texas. Big punch, though. Everything bigger in Texas. Going back into the ring. Harris again with a phenomenal debut a few weeks ago in that triple threat match. Woo! Off the top, he goes for a European uppercut. And directly to the second rope. Waiting for Big Texas to get to his seat with the fans behind him. This kid's already got a lot of the CMV Universe rallied behind him. Try for the Irish whip though, Big Texas. And him into the corner instead. Woo! With that knife edge chop. Quick elbow got in there. And a boot to respond. Damn, if it's 1999 up in here, these two with the reversal fest. Chopping his counter with a punch, though, and another punch. Knife edge chop by Big Texas. Another knife edge chop. Oh, and a inverted atomic drop, followed up by a little bit of a tadpole splash. Oh, and now Texas taking off the top turnbuckle cover. The referee did not see him do it. Follows up with some jabs and a elbow stamp. Harris down center of the ring. Big Texas. Look at the fly. Off the top rope with that elbow directly across the chest. And a kick out at 2.5. It was very close. Oh, ref has seen the exposed turnbuckle now. As A.D. Harris able to get that kick to the head. Time for an impaler DDT. Looks like he may have landed hard on his back. Harris to his feet. And goes to the corner, going to take his best shot at Big Texas here. Kick got Texas. Look at, got him under the armpit. As A.D. Harris tries to roll up on him. Hang on. Rigid Fujiwara armbar, he gets it up. Got it locked in. Says A.D. Harris not for very long. Whoa, counters. Thought he was going to try to pin him there. Damage done to the arm. Big Texas springboard moonsault. A lot of people don't put enough respect on Big Texas's name for the competitor that he is. Drop kick, too much hot dogging. And A.D. Harris able to see it coming a mile away. Right that shot, right that shot, right that shot. Snapmare for a kick to the back. Stomp Texas though, gets out of it. Oh, Hurricane Rana puts him back on his ass. Texas though trying to make a beeline for the corner. That might be right where A.D. Harris wants him. He kicks up that boot again. Does Big Texas close the distance? Irish whip on the rebound. Gonna get him with a back elbow. Busts him open. And Big Texas saying, make sure you film this. Put that on your TikTok. Slammed face first off the top turnbuckle, but an elbow by A.D. Harris. Forearm smash. This kid's got guts. Big Texas is going to show them to us. Push him into the corner. Oh no. Set up perfectly, Big Texas. He's going to look for that elbow drop again. Perfectly pulled off by Big Texas. But again, A.D. Harris kicks out and Big Texas starting to pray whatever God you might believe in. Oh, he's not having it. He tries to pin the kid again. This time it's a kick out at 1 by Harris. Texas now with a moonsault, but Harris gets up the knees. Not fast enough. A.D. Harris just did not react fast enough. Inverted atomic drop and another. Now he's got the leg, this Big Texas. Overhand punch. Gonna punch the midsection. Might be all Harris needs. Quickly. An opportunity to shut down. Whoa! Turn that man, Big Texas, inside out. And not wasting any time. Lifting reverse DDT from Harris. Almost had him. Almost, but no cigar. That don't mean he's gonna stop though. As he sends Big Texas into the corner, you can see that wicked looking gash. So right above his right eyebrow. Texas opened him up with that elbow stamp. Oh, and speaking of, another elbow right into that same open wound. Oh no, Texas, not the steel toe boot. Not the steel toe boot! Right to the face! As blood leaks out of Harris. 1, 2. What? What? Steel toe boot to the face? Big Texas having none of it. Having none of it. Cross body. Oh, we just clipped him. Did not get all of that. Guys, Harris is leaking like a faucet here. And Big Texas knows he can just take his time with him. Look at this. Texas is going to enjoy this. Come on. AD might not have an idea where the hell he is right now. But if it's instinct alone he's got to operate off of, so be it. He gets Big Texas out of the corner counter though. Hang on, jumps right over his head. Big Texas can't keep up with him. Tries for a clothesline, ducks it though. Big elbow across the chest. Texas is down. Harris gonna go to the corner again. He's gonna look for a kick of his own. Got him under the armpit again. Texas scrambling. Harris tries to creep up on him. Texas out of the corner with a moonsault. And now Texas, 1, 2, 3, able to steal it. What a match, what a performance by AD Harris, but Big Texas just craftier in the end. Had that last little burst of energy to AD Harris that almost did get him the win. But Big Texas able to hang on just that bit longer and secures himself a win here tonight. Not the win he was looking for against Hunter Quinn, but a win nonetheless. I still cannot believe he kicked out of that steel toe boot to the face, bro. Big Texas. Will he ever get that match with Hunter Quinn? Time will tell, but tonight, the man does it again. Is there anything that he can do?
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar.
All right, my fine feathered friends, co-main event time it is here on Octane, number 163, and the second trial of Magnum Maxwell here tonight. Again, earlier he defeated Bill Jones in an Anarchy Rules match, but if he wants that match with Schmidty at Climb to Fame, And there's one more hurdle he must overcome, and that's John Smith of the Police Squad in this Anarchy Rules match. You saw the intensity from Magnum Maxwell earlier tonight, which is to be expected after the ringer that he's been put through over these last few weeks. And again, Magnum Maxwell gets the drop on John Smith, just like he did to Bill Jones earlier tonight. Lying in a way, I don't know if he was under the ring or what. He even got an attire change in, did Magnum Maxwell. Looking good while beating ass. And the former Anarchy champion just trying to suffocate John Smith immediately. Again, just as he did with Bill Jones earlier in the show. Of course, Bill fought back, and so too will John Smith. Heavy hands from the policeman. And now, of course, going to add insult to injury. Stomping on Magnum Maxwell's back. And delivering a big splash, the former Fusion Tag Team Champion. And Schmidty got to be watching from home right now. The Police Squad haven't let him down over these last few weeks. But Magnum Maxwell, oh my God, what? What the hell is on the end of that sledgehammer? Some sort of, I don't know what the hell that is. Like a, oh my God, he got Magnum Maxwell again in the chest with it. Now to the back of the knee. It's like some sort of miniature explosive or something is attached to the head of that sledgehammer. We're seeing a lot of shit here tonight that never before have we seen in CMV. A wrench, now apparently an exploding sledgehammer. Maxwell may have started hot. And John Smith just, oh, wait a minute, kick to the midsection. Maxwell gives himself that breathing room, able to send him overhead. As he now picks up that exploding sledgehammer. Uh-oh. What goes around comes around, Johnny boy. And Maxwell, holy shit! He's won that thing, brother. Another shot to the ass. Before throwing it down out of the canvas, going for another weapon. Oh, no. Oh, hang on a minute here. Looks like Magnum Maxwell pulling out a bag of something, I'm not sure what. He's just whipping that thing around though, and gonna smack John Smith across the face with it. Tacks! They're thumbtacks! Thumbtacks were in that bag! And Magnum Maxwell, holy shit! Exploder suplex right into the thumbtacks in the center of the ring. Piercing the skin of John Smith. And now he's going to slam him right down on top of the tacks. Again, John Smith crying out in pure pain as those thumbtacks prick his skin. Well, Bill Jones going to need some help pulling out some splinters later on tonight. John Smith going to need some help removing some thumbtacks. Look at them all stuck into his back. Oh, what a nice counter out of the corner. John Smith, neck breaker! Into the thumbtacks! And now it's Magnum Maxwell who yelps as blood begins to trickle down his back. Oh no, John Smith. No, no, no. Not a power bomb. A power bomb into the tacks. Diabolical from John Smith. And Schmidty's just got to be smiling ear to ear right now seeing this. But Mike able to get a kick off and another kick and a beautiful moonlight drive. Maxwell not dead yet. Gonna drag John Smith over to the ropes. We're going to try and tear off his arms here with this sort of pseudo tarantula. Before making his way up to the top rope, Magnum Maxwell from the very top of the knee across the chest of the crooked copper. Now into the corner, he sends him. Magnum Maxwell, will he get his match with Schmidty at Climb to Fame? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! From the top, exploder into the thumbtacks! John Smith with an almost cringe-inducing scream echoing throughout the arena as Maxwell comes out of the corner with the stomp. But he ain't done. Another stomp. And after everything Police Squad has put him through these last few weeks, Magnum Maxwell with a third stomp into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Magnum Maxwell gets his match with Schmidty at Climb to Fame. Two crooked cops on the take, getting their comeuppance here tonight. And Magnum Maxwell now deservingly has his match with the Hall of Famer at Climb to Fame. Now just comes the even bigger test. After how hard he's worked to get this match, can Magnum Maxwell actually defeat the Game Changer? With attacks in his back. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, you know the vibe. Bubble pop, let's go. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. He think I'm sweet like the candy shop, but I can make the whole party stop. Got these new heels, click clack on the floor. He texting me, always asking for more. I'm in LA, sipping on the best, put his credit card to the test. He said I move like a superstar. I'm like, yeah, boy, you know who we are. We them girls. Ice in my cup, see the diamonds on freeze. I don't ask for much, but I get what I please. 2,000 for the bag, just to match the mood. He say I'm pretty, but I got an attitude. At the top, watch the bubbles rise up. Fill it up, never draining my cup. If you wanna ride, better change your lane, cause we driving fast and we making it rain. Cherry soda, cherry soda. Yeah, make him spend his whole quota. Cha-ching, yeah, I got that sweet flavor. He call me lifesaver, do myself a favor. Yeah, used to wear the cheap stuff, now it's all designer. Got him wrapped around my little finger. He let the way I pop it like a can of fizz. Told him if he want this, better know the business. I'm not his wifey, I'm his fantasy. Living life in first class, can't you see? Look at me, said my attitude is kinda spicy. I told him that's the price, boy, ain't it pricey? It is. Stepping out the truck with the pink lip gloss, so them girls how to play like.
Well, we had to give some time to our ringside crew to clear out all of those thumbtacks from the ring before our main event here tonight on Octane number 163, my friends. It's a little bit of trios action coming our way. Of course, don't miss tomorrow. Pro Wrestling Japan hosting a huge event in Tokyo. Going to feature a lot of CMV superstars, including Lorenzo Alexander, challenging Jay Pierce for the International Championship, and a triple threat tornado tag team matchup for the Pro Wrestling Japan Tag Team Championship. One night only. Toxic Company's ban from Japan Wrestling is lifted as they, Haim, and Chosen Cole Quinn will do battle and a whole lot more. It's our Women's World Champion, though, guys, who has had a less than stellar start to the new season. Of course, suffering a loss at the hands of Thea, then her attack on Dallas Cole backfiring, a defeat at the hands of Piper Goodish last Octane. Suffice to say, not carrying a lot of momentum along with her right now is Isabella Almas, as she heads into undoubtedly one of the bigger matches of her CMV career in just a couple weeks at Climb to Fame, We now know live from Paris, France. The first time we'll be back in France since Ascendance 10. Almost maybe need a little bit of help to finally get a victory here in this new season, and she'll get it tonight in this trios matchup. Well, it's already been a very good, what accent am I doing there? Very good night for Resurgence. The same cannot be said for the Regulators. I mean, they might be down 2 members after what happened to Tobias Jones and Aaron Stone. Ileana Summers and Cassidy Vice will be representing Resurgence in the 2nd annual Women's Tag Team Cup. Guys, this is actually Cassidy Vice's first match here tonight in many months. Think about maybe 5 or 6-ish months or so, something like that. Been pulling those strings silently for a while in the background, but now it's time to step up. They've rid Blake Virtue from CMV. Now it comes time for the takeover, which begins in Tokyo, Japan. Like I said, it's been a not so good night for the Regulators thus far. Hoping to turn it around are Sophia E. Faith and Thea. A lot of big matches in the next couple of weeks for the Regulators. For Sophia E. Faith and Amelia Jones will be in the 2nd annual Women's Tag Team Cup, and again Thea in her home country, Paris, France, will challenge Isabella Almas for the Women's World Championship and Climb to Fame. What a few weeks it's been for Thea, though. But again, I'll be the first one to say it. Did I think she could run the gauntlet last Octane? Yes, I did. And she indeed did do just that. Beat 4 other women in one night to become #1 contender. Well, now she's got the opportunity. You got it, Thea. What are you going to do with it? Well, last but not least, the Hall of Famer, Ashley Rain, who's had her own issues with Resurgence over the last few weeks, so more than happy to lend a hand to Sophia E. Faith and Thea here tonight. Ashley Rain says she wants to become a 4-time world champion. I've no doubt about it for a single second that she can get it done this season. I say thank you to God every single day I wake up that Ashley Rain decided to stay with us and didn't decide to retire at the end of last season. I get on my knees, I pray. I say my blessings. Every day with Ashley Rain, a gift to mankind. So it's trios action. And it will be the Women's World Champion Isabella Almas to get things started against Sophia E. Faith. Faith, we see, really coming out swinging with these kicks, a scorpion kick from the former television champion even. Really been stepping up her game. I mean, perpetually, Sophia E. Faith, but I feel like especially lately, coming into this new season, I'm very impressed with what we've seen from Faith so far. Almost not so much trying to get her into that corner, but a counter as Faith builds up a head full of steam, delivering that kick to the side of the head, trips her up, and a stomp right to the chest of the Women's World Champion. Look how Faith shows no fear in front of Ileana Summers and Cassidy Vice as she hits that split-legged moonsault into the pin, but both Summers and Vice coming in to break it up. Oh, early tag made to Ileana Summers. Taken down with the head scissors. Great matchup between these two. Last Octane, which Faith won. We'll try to pin Summers 2 weeks in a row, potentially. There's a lot of momentum across the board at stake here in this trios match. Of course, Thea wants to keep to her winning ways heading into Climb to Fame. She's not lost yet this season. And especially now that we know she's going to be competing in front of her fellow countrymen, her friends, her family. The biggest match, no doubt about it, of her CMV career. She wants to make sure she's riding that wave all the way into France. Down the Irish whip. Sophia going to want to get her out of here. So close to her partners. Irish whip, there we go, more like it. Faith's going to try to make a tag to Thea. The fiery French woman. Try to snap Ileana Summers' arms. Double kick to the midsection. A very early foe was Ileana Summers in the CMV career of Thea. They fought a couple of times when Thea very first debuted. Much different Ileana Summers, I would say, though, at this point in her career as a part of Resurgence. A real fire has been relit, if you will. More teamwork by the regulators. Faith legal once again. As she takes Summers down into a sort of modified Fujiwara armbar. With Summers being the submission specialist that she is, going to find her way out of relatively quickly. Oh, and now going to go for that La Maestral. Going to try to steal it. Getting us ready for the Lucha Libre Magica crossover. Scoops that right down to the center of the ring. Tag now to Cassidy Vice, guys. And again, this is Cassidy Vice's first match in about 5-6 months or so. So we'll see if there's potentially any ring rust on her. Neck breaker. Oh no, not a neck breaker, a cutter. Into the pin. It's going to be a close kick out. 2-ish there. Faith trying to make a tag to Ashley Raven. Cassidy looking to stop her. Thea and Ashley Raven, they had a fantastic matchup toward the end of last season. In a lot of ways, Raven kind of passed the torch off to Thea. Literally, Thea started carrying a torch suit after that. So Faith trying to confer with her tag team partners momentarily. Not really the time to do so. Something you should do before the match. Looks like she's all discombobulated. Why is she going after Almas? Hello! DQ ref! Referee! A legal participant is attacking an illegal participant. What is this all about? Vice now able to get Faith into the corner. Tag to Ileana Summers. Double headbutts. Faith going to be seeing stars after that. Nice head scissors takedown though. Almost still down on the outside. I think things can get very much worse for Almost, although obviously heading into Climb to Fame, that's not really true. Needs to get back to her winning ways though. And it's returning toward the end of last season, almost really in a pretty short amount of time, over the course of about 3-ish months. I mean, she won that six-pack challenge and attack in Australia, challenged Dallas Blake for the Women's World Championship, then of course won the Elimination Chamber, and then won the Women's World Championship at Final Stand. And that's why she is a contender for Female Superstar of the Year. Of course, on the other side, Thea also a contender for Female Superstar of the Year. Ever since she arrived here in CMV, Thea has been pretty much perpetually at the forefront of the women's division, including, of course, that over 5-month reign as television champion. Quick tag to Thea. Looks like Ashley Ray might not have to get her hands dirty tonight. Oh, but a nice counter by Ileana. A little roll up. Going to try to steal it here. Ruin the momentum of Thea. Counter, though, into a pin. Oh, no, counters it back. And another kick out. And Ileana going to tag Cassidy Vice back in. So vicious is Vice, turning on her own flesh and blood, ousting Blake Virtue from CMV, and now it's her time to take over. And with the likes of Ileana Summers and furthermore Ben Stacy, Andrew Briggs, and Peligro at her side now, I don't know if there's many that can stop her. Into the corner, cheap shot by Isabella, sets Faith up to eat that knee, and then a short on clothesline combo, another tag to the Women's World Champion. Isabella trying to get Faith right back into the corner. There we go. Saved by Ileana. Not so much, though. Huda Kinrana. No. Oh, God. Sophia's plan there does not come to fruition. Sit out powerbomb. And now sent into the corner. A little bit closer than that. Really slow and methodical here in this match is Isabella. German suplex out of the corner. We'll look for the pin here as the Women's World Champion. Ashley Rain has to come in to make the save. Thea a bit worried about her partner as well. I'm sure Thea going to make that trip to Tokyo, Japan to support her girls in the second annual Women's Tag Team Cup. She's tagged in right now. Yeah, I think Rain might be taking it easy here tonight. Which she is allowed to do as a Hall of Famer. Half Nelson attempt. Shut down at the very last second. Big jumping clothesline. A taste of what's to come at Climb to Fame. Of course, these two have fought many times over the last couple of months. They've traded wins over one another, not just in singles competition, but also in tag team matches and Elimination Chamber as well, where Almas defeated Thea last to win it. More recently, a few weeks ago, Thea did defeat Isabella Almas in a, great match. That's an indication of what's to come at Climb to Fame. My body is ready, because that banger a few weeks ago, woo! Barn burner certified. Almas does not want any of Thea right now, though, and makes the tag to Cassidy Vice. He's going to immediately get pulled up, maybe another vertical suplex, but Vice able to drop down behind her and take out the back of the knee. Almost going to hightail it. Vice the Shining Wizard! Shades of Andrew Briggs into the pin! But Faith comes in to save Thea. After the count of one, Oba going to pay for it with a half Nelson suplex. Thanks very much, Faith. Appreciate you. Vice sent off the ropes. Fireball attempted, but Vice able to avoid it. And a headbutt to the fiery French who may have just turned the lights out. Kick out at 2.5. Oh, look at this. Cassidy Vice mocking Ashley Rain, saying you shouldn't even bother to come out here tonight. Well, Thea doesn't look like she knows where she is right now, guys. She thinks she's in France right now. Faith back up on the apron. Vice maybe should have tried to stay on top of her, though. Because now Thea's back up with the tag to Sophia E. Faith. Big punch to the gut. And look for a sit-out powerbomb is Faith. Tries to get her into the corner, but Vice not wanting to get lost in that part of town. Gonna knock Thea off the apron, sets up that neck breaker. Shoots the half. Into the pin. Thea gets in immediately to break it up. Not even the thought of a 1 count there for Cassidy. And she just drops down. Look at this, right in front of Thea, delivering these punches. Punches in bunches. I hate to say it, but Sophia E. Faith would be the weak link here, and Resurgence and Isabella Almas have done a very good job of wearing her down throughout the course of this main event trios matchup. Now a tag to the Women's World Champion. The dodge, feints attempt. Faith, though, gets it back for it. Oh no, still focused on Cassidy Vice. Oh, damn. Sophia handling business all by herself here. What a great camera angle through the legs of Thea. Real artiste up there, man. Woo! Sliced oranges. Well, we're not going to see it from Rain, apparently. Kick out at 2, though. Ileana got a little bit worried about that. Oh. Yeah! Woo! Ashley Rain finally tagged in. I thought for a second we weren't going to be able to see the Hall of Famer in action. And nice and fresh at this point. Grab on the back of the head, dragged off into the corner. Is the Women's World Champion. He's busted her open. Big forearm smash puts her down. Rain on fire. Lets out a woo! Throwing at her hard. Oh no, why can't that be me? Oh, but Isabella quickly ending the good times as Almas resorts to the vintage stretch and drop. Hooks the leg, but in comes Faith to help out the Hall of Famer. And a smart tag to Ileana Summers. As Rain tries to get herself up to her feet, Summers says, "Here, let me help you." What a nice gal, but a counter of the Irish whip. And a big backslash. Tries for a stomp to the chest. Looks like able to get through. She tries to lift Ileana up. Scores a closed fist punch to the midsection. And a choke slam from the Russian Vixen. Nearly has the Hall of Famer beat. Right over to make a tag to Cassidy Vice. Trying to remove a thorn from their side in the form of Ashley Rain and Resurgence. Load over DDT. Man, Rain needs to make a tag. That's exactly what she's going to do. But Cassidy Vice lets it happen. Allows her to tag in Sophia E. Faith. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cassidy Vice just unleashing an onslaught on Sophia. She knocked her damn wig off. And not finished either. Knee to the fucking face. Say goodnight. Wow. If not for Rain, this match would be over right now. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Well, Rain may have broken up the pin, but Faith not saved. Get herself out of that corner, step 1. Neck breaker. I'd say step 2, make a tag, but it looks like Faith getting distracted by Ileana now. What is with Faith attacking the illegal participants in this match? Ref! What is this hogwash? Now to the top. Did she waste too much time, though, going after Ileana Summers? Cassidy Vice, give her the time she needs to recover. Maybe not. Thea Special paying homage, but now in comes almost to bring up the pin. Sophia digging down deep, looking to bring it home for her team. The axe kick connects into the pin. Gets a kick out at 2.5. Faith, though, not to be deterred, goes back to the top rope. Locked, loaded. The former television champion take that leap, Meteora. To go to the top again. Feeling especially strong, Meteora heading to France. Swanton bomb. 1, 2. Cassidy Vice gotta get the hell out of there. And Sophia, man, riding her like crazy. Nakamoto on a cupcake. There we go, nice. Avoids that double move stop, avoids the chop. Damn, they're just rolling around each other. Hurricane Rana. Ooh, another shot between the legs of Thea. And speaking of, tag, maybe just looking for a little bit of guidance from the fiery Frenchwoman before going to the top again for a leg drop. Sophia. Damn. 2.999. We look for that tag again. And this time does tag Thea in. See if Thea can bring it home. That's exactly what they're giving her space because she's geeked up. The fiery Frenchwoman coming out the corner. Coming off the ropes. Fireball! I saw Cassidy's soul leave her body, brother. But Thea says, we got to put the frog leg on top. Extinguisher! Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Thea gets the win for her team. And once again, another episode of Octane where Resurgence and the Regulators trade wins against each other. But like I said earlier, in Japan is where it's really going to matter in the Tag Team Cup. But what a main event this was, and what a win for the team of Sophia E. Faith, Thea, and Ashley Rain. How about Thea Hogan over here having to come in to get the pin? You guys do all the hard work. I'll come in and hit my 2 moves and win the match. Don't you worry. What a match, though. What a show. And guys, don't forget tomorrow, we're in Japan already for Pro Wrestling Japan's events. Going to feature a lot of CMV superstars. And next weekend, it is time for the Tag Team Cup. See you there, baby.